So our today's topic is file handling in C. Now, what is file handling in C? In simple words, it is the task of creating, opening, closing of text and binary files, and also reading or writing of data in text or binary file using C programs. This total technique of applying C programs to different kind of text and binary files is called file handling operations. So you will be able to create text file like .txt. You'll be able to open an existing .txt file. Either you are creating or opening. You can close the file at the end of the work with the help of functions. And then once you are creating a file, the major reason is that to write. So you will be able to write in a file some text. When you are opening a file, there will be a reason that you want to open to read. There might be a reason you want to open and rewrite the file, deleting the previous one and adding new text. Or there might be a situation when you would like to add some new text along with the existing text, that what we call as an append. So either you are reading, writing, or appending. If you are handling the text and binary files with the help of C functions, we call it file handling operations. Now, as we have already told that in case of the file handling operations, there might be the different reasons that why you'll be creating a file or opening a file. There are different options given to the programmers by the developers once you are handling those files. We call it as different modes of handling files. So let us see how many modes are there that you can handle the files. The first one is the R mode. Small r opens an existing text file for reading purpose. So you can R for read. You can open a file, read the text and display on your screen, or can do some task after reading that text. The W option or mode opens a text file for writing, W for write. If it does not exist, then a new file is created. That means you want to write some paragraph in a file. If the file is existing, then you can delete the previous one and you can rewrite on that. Or as I told, you can even append. But if the file is not at all existing, the W mode will help you to create the file and you can give the name based upon whatever the name .txt you are giving, that will be created. So here your program will start writing content from the beginning of the file. Third option is A. Opens a text file for writing in appending mode. As we have already seen, if it does not exist, then a new file is going to be created. So both the W and A mode, the write and the append mode, you are getting additional facilities that if the file is not existing, it is going to be created and then the text is going to be added. If the file exists and it has already some text, then your program will start appending content in the existing file content. R plus opens a text file for reading and writing both. W plus opens a text file for reading and writing both. A plus opens a text file for reading and writing both. It creates the file if it does not exist because it is A plus. Now, a pictorial representation of whatever we have discussed till now. Still have a C program, and if it is a text file, when it is some a1.txt, same as if you have an existing file, maybe created by someone else, you can read the content through your C program. Or you can write with the help of W or append mode. Both the mode append and write helps you to write content inside a file. The same operations of read, write, and append, you can also apply in a binary file. Then what is a binary file? Some of you who are already working with data analytics and data science, you might be aware of .csv file. The big files with lot of content is called basically here binary files, because text file has a limitation and it doesn't have rows and columns, so you can just keep paragraphs. But in case of a binary file, in the form of rows and columns, you can make thousands of rows and thousands of columns, and we call it as a comma separated value .csv. So even the binary files also you can read with the help of C program, or you can write and read. Now, what are the steps to be followed while you are creating the program? At level 1, create a file pointer, as for example, something like *f. Sometimes you are creating integer pointer, so you create integer *ptr. Sometimes you are creating float pointer, so you are making float *ptr. Here, for the first time, you are coming through across a new keyword which is called as file. It's written in capital, and through this file object, you are going to create a pointer, which we call as a file pointer. So your new terminology in your dictionary, file pointer. What is a file pointer? A file pointer is a pointer which points to a file for further operations. What are the further operations? Already you have seen, either read, write, or append. So for further operations, you can use this pointer. And how you are creating? You are creating with the help of a file object. So how we'll write? File gap *f. So f is going to be a file type pointer. So that is at level 1. At level 2, create a character array. That means string. The way you do it in C programs, to handle the string input, you can even consider single character input. Here the programs which will be demonstrated to you are going to handle the strings, but you can even try to create the same programs only for character. That means you can write a single character, some X, some Z, some C, K. You can write a single character inside a file. Even you can read a single character from a file. We might be thinking, what might be the major, what you can call challenges? It is nothing but the functions what you'll be using to read the character and write the character. Here, a different set of functions we'll be using to read a string from a file and to write a string from a file. So we'll be considering a character array. The array will be considering the string, and then either from keyboard or from the file, you can read the string. Why from keyboard? Because in case of writing and appending, you need to read the string from keyboard. Of course, while programming, you can declare the string directly as a local character array also. But if you want to make it user interactive program, then you can ask the user to enter the string. And in case of the read operation, there is no other option because keyboard doesn't come into the picture. You need to read the string from a file. So that is your level 2. At level 3, open the file or create the file using the file pointer and function fopen. So a predefined function is going to be used, which you have already done a file pointer at the very beginning. You can call it as a level 0. At level 1, you can see that we have created a string. At level 3 or level 2, we can create, you can open the file with the help of fopen, because as long as the file is not open, you cannot perform read, write, or append. So the time file is open at level 4, you read, write, or append the data. That means the string in our case. And finally, when the task is over, that means either you have performed a read, write, or append function, you need to close the file with the help of fclose. So remember, there are 3 major takeaways from this screen. One is that, what is a file pointer? What is a file object? And 2 user-defined function to handling file, that is called as fopen and fclose. As a whole, if you want to take care of the predefined functions and note down at a single place that what are the different kind of predefined functions or library functions you'll be using in this case. They're getC, putC, gets, puts, fgets, fputs, fopen, and fclose. Whereas as you are already aware, getC, putC, and gets and puts, we have already seen. For string handling, with the help of file and file pointer, we'll be using today fgets and fputs, and of course the fopen and fclose for opening and closing purpose. Whereas fgets and fputs will be used for string handling purpose. The first four functions I leave on you after seeing to this program so that you can also execute for character input and reading character output from a file. So let us see our first program and what is happening here. So we are going to open a file and write some content. So as I already told, you start like a common C program, hash include standard io.h, void main, and then here starts the first portion. You need to define a pointer. Here it is named as file pointer. So file pointer is a pointer of the type file. What was our second point? Define a string or character array. So data to be written, where data will be written? Inside the file. So for that reason, you declare a string, and here we have named it as Vidyajyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. This string is supposed to be written inside the file. Now, open or create the existing file a1.txt using fopen. As you are going to use the right option, remember what we told? If the file is existing, that means a1.txt is existing, the data is going to be deleted and the new string Vidyajyoti Institute of Technology of Hyderabad is going to be written. If the file does not exist, W has the power to create the file a1.txt. So sometimes people will ask you, can you create a file with fopen? Normally in interview, people gives an answer no, because suddenly they think it's fopen because it's all about opening a file. They tell no. But fopen has the power to open the file a1.txt. At the same time, in case of W mode, you need to mention W mode. In case of W mode, fopen can also create the file if it is not existing. So see the expression here, the C statement, file pointer which you have defined at line 1, file pointer equal to fopen a1.txt w. So how to consider and remember it? The file pointer now opening the file a1.txt or creating the file a1.txt at w mode and pointing towards it for further activities. So let us see what are the further activities. At any case, for different reasons or some reason that the file is not found, then in that case, the pointer will be considered as null. So if file pointer equal to null, in that case, you cannot perform the operation of writing. So you are just printing a1.txt file failed to open. But if the pointer is open to file, able to open the file, then what you are going to do? You are going to write printf. The file is now open. It will be printed on your screen. And as long as you are already aware the string functions, strlen, as long as strlen data to be written is greater than 0, then what you do? You call the fputs and data to be written, write the string with the help of file pointer, and at the end of the line where this blue color line is getting over, you create a new line character. Why? So that the cursor in the text file should come down to the next line. What is the benefit you will get out of it? Next time when you will be using the append mode, so automatically you will be seeing that the cursor is waiting in the second line or 10th line like that. That means in the next line. So the new line will be appended in a new line or paragraph, not it will be extended the previous line. So that's why based upon the requirement, it is not compulsory, but if you want, that next time once you are writing something with the help of append, it should be in the next line. Please use this new line character, and it is not compulsory. So your work is done. What you have done? First, you have opened the file with the help of app open, and you have used the concept of string length, and as long as one by one you are reading character at the end of it, it is going to be written the total string with the help of f puts and data to be written and file pointer. These are the two function parameters for f puts, and finally you are going to close the file with the help of f close. So this is how a file is opened in the write mode, and you have written a string inside it. While I make the demonstration for you, you'll get a clear idea about that. Now the second program, we're not going to write the program because there will be only simple change. And you see here, only one change is there. The red one, A, earlier it was W, now it is A, append mode. So what is the benefit you'll get out of it? Whatever you have written earlier, a new string is going to be appended with the a1.txt. Where you can consider as a1.txt, a2.txt. In our case, it is a1.txt. Any name you can give because it's a user-defined file name. So this is the append mode. No change in the program. Only W should be written as A. Finally, the last program, which is the read from a file. And same way, our preliminary things are going to be same. So declare a file pointer, define a character array or string. With the help of the file pointer, open the file in the read mode. Then if file pointer is null, that means you are not able to open, tell that file is not able to open. Else, you define that or you declare or print on your screen, the file is now opened. And then while f gets data to be read, where you are reading, that 50 is indication of you have 50 space. So remember that if your string size is more, please take 200 or 300 here. Otherwise, you will not be able to read. Data to be read, comma, 50. That means the size of your string with the file pointer. As long as not null, what you are going to do? Printf the string with the help of %s, print it on your screen. So once the printing is over, you are supposed to close it with the help of f close. So that is how you basically read the content of a text file and then display it on your screen. So we'll be stopping the sharing here, and then I'll be taking you to the next part, which is the demonstration. So this is the C++. The program is already written. Let me just open it for you. File open. In my case, it was around F11, the .c file. Open. So you can see that the same program what I have shown you in the slides. So in this case, just few comment has been added. Are you able to see the screen now? Thank you. So here, once you are you have written your program, then it is same way the first program that you are going to write something in the append mode. Sorry, in the write mode, a1.txt.write. Rest of the thing is same. The file pointer will take care of the pointer. You have the string Vidyarthi Institute of Technology. You're going to write it at a1.txt, and if the file is not found, all the things has been already explained, and same portion, only few comments have been added, and then f puts data to be written, that is the string, comma, file pointer. These are your two parameters which is required for fputs. And remember, for fgets you had 3 parameters. So let us now run the program. So it tells that data successfully written in file a1.txt. So what will be our next task? Our next task is to find out, I think you can see my folder, and let us open a1.txt. So Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology has been written. Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology has been written at a1.txt file. So we close it, we'll get back here, and once again what we will do is that we are going to open our dev C++ again, and this time we are going to open the second file that I have named as F12, and this is the second program, same as it is. And see here we have the append mode, everything is same, and this time I am taking a new string, Department of Computer Science or Department of AI, whatever you want to write. So that for one case, Department of AI, and let us now execute it. So execute, compile and run. In the append mode, it says that data successfully written in file. Which data? Remember, Department of AI. So we go back and check our a1.txt now, and you see Department of AI has been appended in the file. Department of AI has been appended. So what is the next task then? Our next task is basically to see the third program. In the third program, we are supposed to read the content. What is the content? Remember, we have Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology as well as Department of AI. We want to read and display on the screen. So for that reason, once again we go, and this time we open the third file, and I named it as F13, and at F13 I have taken a bigger one, 200. The data to be read is 200 from a1.txt. The program already seen by you. So let us execute it, compile and run, and you see at the corner it is clearly displaying the content of the file, Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad, Department of AI. So that's the discussion of today, that what we have done. Just revise very fast for the people who have joined us late. We are discussing file handling in C. This is a technique which is applied in C with the help of a pointer, which is called as file pointer, and also with some predefined functions to perform some activity like creating, opening and closing a file in the different mode like R, read, write, A, append mode, or R plus, W plus, and A plus. We have also seen this reading, writing, or appending task can be performed on .txt file, which you call as a text file, or the binary file, which you have shown here as a .csv file. We have also seen the steps which need to be followed and what are the functions to be used. As we are handling string and we have used a file pointer, today we have seen we have taken a string which is a character array, defined the string, and with the help of this file pointer and a new function fopen, you have given the file name, and in case of write, if the file is not existing, then it will be created, or on the existing file a new thing is going to be written. And next level we have seen, if the file is not available, you tell it is not available, And finally, if it is available with the help of string length, as long as the string is remaining more than 0, because once it reaches and it will be 0, as long as it is remaining more than 0, then with the help of f puts and 2 parameters, remember f gets 3 parameters. Here it is 2 parameters, data to be written, the string, comma, file pointer. If you want to minimize the program, you can do a small thing here. That means you don't define the string here, don't define it here, make it as a comment, and data to be written, what is there in this data to be written, you can also provide the string, but just think in that case how to overcome the if string length data to be written to overcome. That means you can directly give the string also here, that I leave it for your experiment. Finally, we have seen the program also can be written in the append mode. And our last program was to see that how to read a content from a text file which has been already created, and we have written a string one. The task which I assigned to you to take it from here to next level. For our exam purpose, you will have the important content, like you are supposed to take care of the different kind of character input and output from a file. That means read a character, write a character, append a character in a file, and perform those operations with the help of different kind of functions. And also beyond the syllabus, to understand more the complex task like opening a file and find out how many paragraphs are there, how many lines are there, how many words are there. That is the level 1 text processing that you can think of before utilizing much more complex program like Python. The people who really like C and really able to understand, you can do a lot of file operations here, or text processing, even NLP. So if you want to do some NLP or natural language processing, think of the next level of program, something like how to find out the tokens from this text or strings, and then how to find out the different kind of part of speech, how to check the spelling. These are all the programs available also on net using C. So if you want to apply C in natural language processing and also want to write some article or paper, it is also possible. So please see that you are exploring those options even beyond the syllabus. So that brings me to the end of this presentation. Thank you all.